Westworld is an American TV show on HBO that was released in 2016. It's based off the 1973 movie with the same name. The movie itself was both written and directed by Michael Crichton, who is known for writing the Jurassic Park novel and creating the TV show ER. However, the creators of this show are Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, and their fresh take on this material is rather impressive. So how did they go from this to this? The key word here is character. Like many great stories, instead of having characters in the story, the characters are creating the story. Here's what I'm talking about. If you've watched Casablanca, you know it's a classic. But there is no bigger plot, no bigger anything. In fact, the story is very simplistic. But of course there is this tension due to the beginning of World War II, but that's sort of in the background. It's not the main subject of the story. The characters are what makes the movie what it is. But of course there are many movies with great characters and complex stories that are also classics. So this is not a rule. A great character should fulfill these three functions. They have to be believable, they have to be relatable, and they have to have a clear place in the story. As this is a story about evolution, that is psychological evolution, of course, I found that this was the most efficient way to tell it. So kudos to the filmmakers.
Hello, Dolores. Do you know where you are?
I'm in a dream.
Tell me, do you know what this dream means? I close my...
Let's look at an example in this clip. This is the bar scene from Westworld. Here are some elements used to enrich the characters through the dialogues.
Just whiskey. Lawrence's donation must be running low. But we're short on time. Need to buck up, Teddy. I told you, no company.
There are different ways of viewing the world. We have the creator, the player, and the creation. A god, an outsider, and the creation. Different views on this world that Ford has created. The man in black recognizes Ford's godlike presence in this world that he created.
That has ever happened in your life? Everything rotten? This is the man you have to thank. How am I doing, Robert? Any closer to finding what I'm looking for?
And what is that? Exactly.
Looking for a man named Wyatt. Killed a rancher back in Sweetwater. Took his daughter.
That last part doesn't sound familiar.
Figured your stories could use a little embellishment. You know, I always felt this place was missing a real villain. Hence my humble contribution.
Another element is layered dialogue. By humble contribution, he is talking about him taking on the role of the villain in the park, and him investing the money in the park at the same time. But we don't know this. So this is some overshadowing which is used effectively in the show.
I admit, I lack the imagination to even conceive of someone like you.
Ford acknowledges how complex of a character the man in black is in and outside the park.
The urgency, however, doesn't quite fit the character. It betrays a certain anxiety.
Ford is suggesting that what the man in black is looking for is inside, that he should be looking inside instead of going on his quest hoping to find something in the park itself, in the physical park, in a physical sense, but to look inside, to look inward. That's what Ford is suggesting. Of course, if you've finished the show, you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna understand this. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't finished the show or even started it.
Now, Wyatt, on the other hand, That's something new.
Of course, the man in black is dodging this suggestion by using a challenge to divert this idea.
Someone to stop me from finding the center of the maze.
But it doesn't
What
work.
you're hoping to find there?
You know why you exist, Eddie?
Seeing that he can convince Ford to see things the way he sees them, he turns to Teddy, trying to explain to him in order to explain to Ford, who doesn't seem to get him.
Except one. Purpose. Meaning. And so they come here. They can be a little scared, a little thrilled. Enjoy some sweetly...
You see where I'm going with this, right? The scene is unfolding, exposing a lot of its layers and overshadowing what's to come and what has happened, all thanks to the characters. This is an interesting way of telling the story.
Something true.
Well, if you're looking for the moral of the story,
It keeps the story fresh. After watching Westworld for the first time, I rewatched it again and noticed how this was being used and how most of the show relied on overshadowing and suggestions to make a setup and have a payoff scene later where information gets revealed.
I wonder what I would find if I opened you up. Even at death's door, you're still a loyal pet.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and watch other of my videos. Don't forget to like or unlike, I guess, and comment below any subject you'd like me to cover next.